Alright, what's up YouTube? This is Sean. Um, so this is actually video 2, but it's also video 3. Due to my lateness in trying to match it with the other video posts, I apologize. I did have some personal things come up here recently, so apologize for the lateness on that. This week's topic is passing, or last week's topic, but anyway, passing. Yeah, passing isn't as easy for me, being a big guy who hasn't had top surgery. I do agree with Skylar about confidence being a big key point, uh, but the chest gives it away for me almost, kind of like 50% of the time. At certain angles, it's just no question something is right there that shouldn't be there. Same thing with man and sir. I get it. I get that 50-50. So that's to me not good enough, which is part of the reason why I'm transitioning. Presentation wise, yes, I do have a binder. I use it. I'm wearing it now. I don't always wear it when I'm in the house, but I pretty much always wear it when I leave the house. The one that I have that seems to work pretty good for me, which is also recommended by some other big guys that I found, is the Underworks 997, which is the double front compression binder. Um, it works pretty great for me. I do have the fat roll, so occasionally it doesn't roll up at the front at all, but in the back it rolls up a little bit. So sometimes I try to like tighten my belt around it or something, uh, but it'll roll up back there a little bit, and that kind of gets a little bit unnerving for me. I thought about cutting it off, but didn't really know if that would just make it, roll up here. So um, that part, passing with the binder, it does. I can still pass as far as if I wear my binder, and then just like before I started wearing the binder, I layer up. I just don't have to put on as many layers because the binder uh, works pretty good. So pretty much, I put the binder on, move to the side, move this one to the left, move that one to the right. Bam, it looks a little bit flat in the front. Put on a t-shirt, and then put on a button down, and just a glance, or somebody that's not paying too much attention, which most people don't pay that much attention. It's passing. As far as packing bottom wear, uh, I don't think it's 100% necessary to pack. If you like a guy that likes to grab his balls, then it is 100%. I've been that guy before, so I definitely can understand that. But if you just like, the only time to me a bulge really matters is if I'm wearing like some tight pants, which I don't normally do, or if I'm going around um, in some like tight shorts or some boxers in the house. So I like to, you know, put something right there. I didn't know about Packers for a long time, so I had to get pretty creative with what I put in there. Different things. Sometimes like, just stuffing something in in some tidy whities, basically, to make a little bulge show up there. I mean, it helps if you're getting like close to somebody, but or like I said, if you're wearing something tight, but not 100% necessary. Um, Eventually, I stopped doing that. It wasn't really completely necessary for me. since I was wearing baggy clothes anyway, and you couldn't really tell the difference. And somebody said something about it to me before, and I was like, you really can't tell the difference. But I kind of like went back to it on and off. I think when I first got a strap on, I was like 19 when I first got a strap on, and I would pretty much use that. So that was something that I would pretty much wear that, and then wear some tidy whities under it or over it, position it, and then be able to wear it. Put some boxers on over it, maybe something like that. And that was layers. So I mean, layers pretty much help you pass, basically, in my experience. Um, I went over to a from the first strap I had was basically like a pull up version. I went over to the other kind with the buckles and straps around it. I mean, it was a little bit better. It wasn't leather, so I liked that about it, but it was pretty uncomfortable. And as far as wearing it all day. So, especially if you wore something, you could kind of. I was always paranoid about the buckle showing through my pants and all that. So, didn't really keep that up too long. It was mostly days when I had like something planned, and I just wanted to be convenient, not have to strap all that on when it was time to go at the end of the day. But like I said, it was uncomfortable. So eventually I stopped that. Um, then I ended up getting the Rodeo H boxer briefs with they have a ring, and then they also have the briefs that have a ring. And for packing, I found the briefs to work better because I can just put my strap on and then put on the briefs and then put some regular boxers or put some undies over it and then wear some regular boxers and it looks good. I mean, I can just pull them off and go. So that's convenient for that. Doesn't really help as far as going to the restroom. So I've been researching different STPs. I don't really know which one I want to try. I found like some cheap versions of some good ones. Uh, really good one that I saw that's like supposed to be a 3-in-1, which is a Peacock. I'm interested in buying that, but I don't know. So I'm probably going to I actually ordered one version of a cheaper version of it to see how that goes because I pretty much want to be able to use the urinal in the restroom. So I mean, going into the men's room kind of awkward if other guys are using the urinal and you're going into a stall. So uh, that I don't really like that, and that doesn't help with passing at all. Voice, I don't really have a deep voice, but I don't really have a high pitched voice. So kind of 50-50. But at my age, my voice should be a little bit deeper than what it is. So um, definitely looking forward to that. I actually had my first T shot today at the endo, um, and got my prescription. So I'm looking forward to seeing some changes come about there. Um, anyway, a few minutes ago, I posted my dysphoria video, and to me, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to think because I don't want to, overlap the same things. But for me, dysphoria and passing do go hand in hand. Um, my dysphoria is centered on how well I pass. So I mean, that's just it, point blank and period. Um, I do know there's a difference between the two, but for me, passing is just a more public version of dysphoria, which can be both public or private. So, or both. For me, I'm 6 foot tall. Like I said, 300 plus pounds, and I got a girlfriend, and a daughter, and I dress male. So most people want to call me sir and do so anyway. But not having my top surgery is a dead giveaway. And I really want to do something about that. Uh, and I think that I would pass a lot more. Um, and then, of course, that added on with a little bit of facial hair and a deeper voice would just knock it over. That's one of the reasons why um, I decided to transition in the first place. So, um, passing, I think, yeah, the biggest thing about it is the top. If you can get the top to look a little bit flat, or at least hide it well enough. Uh, and if your voice isn't really high pitched, which I mean, if it is, I mean, it's not the end of the world. There are guys who have a little bit of a high pitched voice, but you definitely want to do something to get it a little bit deeper. And for me, the option I chose was to actually go through the process of therapy and getting testosterone. So, any other questions? Hit me up, hit the inbox, leave a message as a comment, um, or any other guys. I mean, YouTube is just a great site. So many people on here. I mean, they got people doing reviews of products, things like that. So definitely would appreciate a subscription. But even if you're just passing by watching it, YouTube helped me out tremendously with that, with jump starting my transition process. I mean, like I said, I started out in April, and it's just the beginning of June, and I've already got my first tee shot. So great.